This is potentially the biggest news that we've had on Amazon Merch in years. There's a lot of changes happening to the platform, and we finally have an answer about tier ups, why there really hasn't been any, and what's going to happen moving forward. So this is an announcement made on the 24th of April by the Amazon Merch team, and it starts off with, we're introducing several updates to a program that aim to create more opportunities for our content creators. Not sure what that means, whilst continuing to delight our customers with high quality, sharply priced products. I think sharply in this case is just another word for affordable or cheap, right, to say it bluntly, but they don't really want to say that. These changes are designed to prioritize productive selection, streamline our catalog, and optimize pricing to improve customers' experience. The customer is always first with Amazon. Then, by the way, this paragraph is quite vague. It doesn't really say too much, but it's explained more in these further ones. Account tiers. So we're updating our tier system to make sure we're managing our catalog effectively, focusing on the best designs for our customers. Previously, tier levels were based on lifetime account sales. So that's how we've known it. If you reach 10,000 sales, you get tiered up from tier 10,000 to tier 20,000. That's always kind of been the case. But going forward, tiers will be calculated based on both the number and percentage of products and designs sold in the last 12 months. So basically, the more products and designs out of the ones that you've uploaded have sold in the past year, the more likely you're going to get tiered up. Your tier level will adjust based on recent performance across stores, helping maintain a fresh and relevant catalog. So this definitely shows the direction and the idea of the new tier up system. It's still a bit vague and doesn't give a clear answer, like the tier level is going to be the same kind of numbers. Also, it says the levels will be adjusted based on your performance. Does that mean there will also be tier downs? Right, it opens the door for that. It's not a definite thing, but it's a possibility if they say adjusted based on performance. But the goal definitely seems to be that they want to have more of a catalog of designs that sell rather than a lot of listings that never sell, which makes total sense. I think that's a good thing, and that will also make everyone create better, more targeted designs, which is great. But how exactly this new change is actually going to translate into real life tier ups or potential tier downs, I don't know. It doesn't really explain that very well. I've not heard of tier ups yet. So if you've seen any happen, just leave it in the comments down below. I'm sure they'll probably start rolling out tier ups over the next few weeks once this algorithm is fully implemented with the new calculation. The next section though is variation selection to help focus efforts on the most successful listing options. We will optimize the number of variations, fits, and colors, that means, per product listing as it launches and gains in sales. They've kind of already been doing that. What it means is if a product starts getting sales or becomes a regular seller, then they will add new colors to that listing. So if you've got a shirt that's only listed on 3 colors, they can now add more colors to it if it starts to sell. And I don't mean the kind of mistake that they made last year where they just enabled every single color and it messed up a lot of listings. They've been doing this for a while now with kind of more established sellers, where they added new colors to it that actually made sense, right? So that seems to be something they want to keep doing. And they also said we'll continue to add additional variations to products when we see a potential customer benefit. So it seems like Amazon, they must have maybe identified from their data that more colors, more options actually means better conversions, which kind of goes against a lot of the advice that we've had in the past and that I've also given in the past of less colors means higher conversion rate. Customers are less likely to get analysis paralysis and therefore actually buy a product rather than having 20, 30 color options. But it seems like Amazon, based on their data, and they have a lot more data than we do, they are really pushing for more colors per product for a customer benefit. So next section is product deletion. This is quite a good one. It says we're resuming a policy of removing products that haven't sold in a while. To start, we'll keep products live for sale if they've received at least one order in the trailing 18 months. I think this used to be 12 months, but also I feel like this wasn't really enforced as much as back in the day. Like back in the day, if something didn't sell for a year, it was removed. I feel like that hasn't really been enforced over the past few years very much. But this policy helps maintain a fresh catalogue focused on products customers want, and I think that's a good thing. If you've got listings that have been up for 18 months and they haven't sold, it's unlikely that they will ever sell in the future. So it's in our best interest that Amazon is going to delete those and free up space on our account for new listings. Pricing and royalties were dedicated to growing earnings for our content creators whilst delivering value to customers. This is an interesting sentence because I feel like the two kind of go against each other. If you want to grow the earnings of us, the content creators, but deliver more value to the customers by lowering prices, I don't really know how that's supposed to work unless you increase the royalty per sale for like $19.99. Let's say you make it like $6 royalty, then maybe it works. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird sentence. While Amazon determines final list pricing to ensure competitiveness, we welcome content creators' input through suggested list prices. And I think this just means that you can change the price of your listing. It doesn't mean, give us input and submit support tickets to suggest new prices. It's just, you have a choice over the final list price up to a certain maximum. As customers' shopping trends change, we will regularly review and adjust pricing and royalties to maintain a sustainable program. So this paragraph, very strange for me because it started out with that they're dedicated to growing earnings, but everything they've done recently is kind of going against that. It's only kind of focusing on what they said here, the customer's experience and optimizing prices for that. Nothing they've done has been dedicated to growing earnings. So unless anything changes after this, I don't really see how that comes into effect. And then lastly, deals. Now this is something I've seen a lot of questions about as well. It's been going on for a while, but to improve our customers' experiences, we will conduct promotional deals. During these events, all content creators may be included to maximize potential benefits, whatever that means. Design and suggested list price updates will be temporarily paused during deal events, and royalty rates will continue applying to the prices customers pay. What does this mean? So it happens sometimes if you've got a regular seller, it might have the price locked. So you will see any dashboard and it says locked. You can't edit the pricing, and let's say the usual price of that shirt is $19.99. Well, Amazon might offer it during one of these promotional deals right here at $15.99, and it just stays locked at that price for 2-3 weeks, however long the event takes. You can't change the price and you'll get the lower royalties. And they say this is to maximize potential benefits, but I think for most people what it does is, yes, it might spike the sales a little bit, but then because the royalties are significantly lower, the bottom line is that they lose out on, overall profit, which is a bit of a shame. Usually you do get an email for this and you can opt out of the event. So they ask you, we've considered some of your listings for this upcoming event. Reply to this email if you don't want to be included. So that's one way to kind of get out of these. But yeah, if you've been confused about that in the past, they describe it here and they've already been doing it, and it seems like they will keep doing it. It seems to be happening more and more frequently. I feel like a couple of years ago, this only used to happen for Prime Day or maybe during Q4 once or twice, but now it happens quite regularly. So yeah, basically, to summarize, I think the most important sentence is this right here. Going forward, tiers will be calculated based on both the number and percentage of products and designs sold in the last 12 months. So we'll see what actually happens with that and how it affects everyone's tiers. Nothing has happened yet at the time of recording this in terms of people getting tiered up or tier level changing, being adjusted. So that's definitely very important, and generally it seems like, again, their priority is sharply priced products and the customer experience. I've not really seen any examples of how they want to grow earnings for content creators. Hopefully they clarify that in the future. The product deletion thing is definitely a great thing. That's good for everyone, and I think this in the long run will also be very good because it will force everyone to do more research, be more targeted, create better designs that customers actually want. So leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Definitely a massive update or announcement. And finally, some answers about account tiers. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about this, whether you think these are some good changes, some bad changes. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.